company this Ramadan.
Well, the time is just gone 12 minutes to 5 p.m. is we continue with the iftar drive this afternoon. And we will be with you right until the time of iftar in Johannesburg at around 6 minutes past 6, inshallah. And on the iftar drive, alhamdulillah, gives us the opportunity during the month of Ramadan to connect and to link up with various organizations that do wonderful work throughout the entire year. But alhamdulillah, in the month of Ramadan, giving them the opportunity of even stepping up a gear and doing a lot more. And all of this to earn the mercies, the blessings, and the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this glorious month of Ramadan, where our rewards are actually multiplied for doing all the good, whether we are doing it in the form of charity, sadaqah, giving out our zakah, and also at the same time, on a personal level, the ibadat and whatever we do for ourselves during the month of Ramadan. And alhamdulillah, this afternoon we have the pleasure of the company of the Amir of Ashraful Aid with us. We've got Ml Suhaild Wadee. So without much ado, we welcome to the airways, alhamdulillah, of Salam Media this afternoon. We welcome Ml Suhaild Wadee. Maulana, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I say Maulana is trying to connect. What we can do, Maulana, is perhaps if we can do, and or yes, we can do an audio connection because there seems to be a bit of connection issues. So we will do it on audio, and we are waiting now for Maulana to be with us. I'm just waiting for the queue. I'm sure Maulana will be joining us shortly, inshallah. But once again, to reinforce that all the organizations, alhamdulillah, that are doing wonderful work during the month of Ramadan, and Ashraful Aid being one of them, and gives us the opportunity to showcase, to highlight the work that they're doing, but also at the same time to inspire us to support organizations like Ashraful Aid in the wonderful effort that they're doing. And we've seen it over and over again wherever there is a crisis, and Ashraful Aid has been there, and also looking at it both from a local perspective and looking at it globally. The organizations like Ashraful Aid making a lot of it, making a difference in the lives of many. And this is all part and parcel of the humanitarian efforts. Maulana is on the phone, I believe. Maulana, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, Maulana, these things happen. You know, we've got these connection issues from time to time, but alhamdulillah, we are able to connect right now with you. We trust and hope that you are having a wonderful Ramadan, inshallah, and also everybody else at Ashraful Aid.
All very well, alhamdulillah. It's in a very busy period for us. Getting relief aid to different communities, iftar meals for those that don't have. So, alhamdulillah, it's been a very, very busy period for us at this point in time.
Yes, Maulana, and also I think for us here at Salam Media, it gives us an opportunity to highlight and to showcase the organization. And just let's just go back a very brief history of Ashraful Aid.
So, alhamdulillah, Ashraful Aid was founded in 1995 by Maroon Maulana Luqman Wadee. And alhamdulillah, for the last almost close to 28 years, the organization is providing relief in different places in the world. Also, with regards to Ashraful Aid, alhamdulillah, many communities that are benefiting here in South Africa, as well as many countries in the world, some of the most constrained countries and communities, some of the most rural villages. Alhamdulillah, Ashraful Aid is providing relief aid to them. And alhamdulillah, as the years have progressed, the reach of Ashraful Aid has also grown quite substantially, alhamdulillah.
Certainly, Maulana, in fact, from what you are saying, and we've seen Ashraful Aid actually grow in leaps and bounds, and all the various projects over the years, alhamdulillah, we've had the honor of liaising from time to time, getting updates in terms of what the organization has had to achieve. Now, let's just come back to this month of Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, once again, there's going to be a lot of focus. And also, when one looks at zakah, for instance, the important pillar of Islam, where many people actually utilize this month of Ramadan to discharge their zakah. So there, I would say that there is a lot of focus on that as well from your side and from the organization, Maulana.
Yes, so zakah is a very integral part of Islam and of our deen. And Alhamdulillah, Ashraful Aid has a very broad and very wide range of zakah projects. Most notably is our distribution of food hampers. And right throughout the year, we have different zakah projects. Alhamdulillah, with regards to our zakah projects, we've increased quite a lot in terms of distribution. But also we've increased a lot in terms of governance. We've got a Zakah Sharia board that oversees the management of Zakah to ensure there is transparency, accountability. As we know that, Alhamdulillah, there are many organizations that out there that are doing sterling work. And what does Ashraful Aid, Alhamdulillah, also, wants to become an organization that is trustworthy. Alhamdulillah, people have trusted us over the number of years. But it's important for us to increase our governance of zakah, and this is to ensure that it filters to the people that need it most, and it is most efficiently distributed. I'm just sitting in front of me and looking at all the different communities that zakah will be just going out this week, like Kagiso, Orlando East, Lamini, in Marlborough Gardens, the Lodem area. Like that's also in Cape Town and in Durban and in many of the provinces. There are distributions that will be happening. And Alhamdulillah, this is only from grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And of course, the support of the community to our zakah projects.
Yes. Now, also, Maulana, looking at projects, and I know you speak about obviously the hampers and the feeding projects as well. Any other specific projects? And I'm sure that there are many people, and I've seen actually a number of your volunteers. I've seen a number of your people actually, in action, for want of a better term, as far as the organization is concerned, promoting the projects, collecting the funds as well. And just looking at people wanting to get involved in specific projects during this month of Ramadan, where can they help? How can they help?
So Alhamdulillah, we have a number of volunteer projects. We have in Marlborough Gardens, we have a very extensive volunteer projects over the weekends. In fact, today we had a massive volunteer project in Durban, where close to about 80 volunteers came out to pack hampers. The Saturday, we also have a project in Lenasia, at our Lenasia branch, for people to pack food meals and food parcels for the most vulnerable. So it's relatively easy to contact us. You can get our details and just WhatsApp us to say that you want to be part of our volunteer project. It's always good that, Alhamdulillah, one is the cash donation that which people provide, but also to be part of, helping people and assisting people by yourself with your own hands. So this is also very meritorious as well.
Well, now we know what we on 12th day, the 12th day of the month of Ramadan. We know what's happening. Ramadan will be over, and we'll be looking forward to Eid and looking at fitrah, discharging our fitrah as well. So I suppose that is going to be part and parcel of the projects that you are embarking with on in this month of Ramadan in preparation for Eid.
Yes, so as you know, that many communities that don't have food, or they wouldn't have a wonderful Eid. Alhamdulillah, we are very blessed. Many of our communities are very blessed. But in the same vein, there are many communities, many individuals, that are not in a position to even have the very basic necessities. So Sadaqatul Fitr, which is very integral for us to sort of appreciate or to complete our fasting, it's only around 35 rand. And, like this, inshallah, we encourage everyone to discharge your Sadaqatul Fitr very early, so that, whoever doesn't have any food, we can provide for them food aid, to provide for them those funding that they would require, so that they also have a nice Eid. It's very sad that, Alhamdulillah, that for us we have, but there are many communities that don't have. So inshallah, we can also make their Eid a very, very wonderful and a joy, and also for them to have a joyous occasion. This necessitates that the people discharge their Sadaqatul Fitr very, very early, inshallah. Ashraful Aid also caters for the distribution of Sadaqatul Fitr, and the details can be found on our website and our social media handles as well.
Malana, just for us to understand or to truly appreciate the need that is out there, the dire need, the level of desperation that people are actually faced with, and we hear often about food shortages, food insecurity. These are terms that we hear all the time. And being on the ground, and I'm sure Malana, you yourself has witnessed how the situation has deteriorated over a period of time over the years, the COVID era, where we are as a country economically, all of this, some of the global events, things like, what's playing out in Russia, the high oil price, the high price of wheat. And I'm sure, Molana, you've seen a lot, and you've seen a major shift, a major change. And sadly, it is not for the better in terms of what people's conditions are.
Yes, most definitely. If you look internationally, the situation of our Syrian brothers and sisters, the difficulty that they're facing, with the difficulty of being refugees in a civil war, now recently also the earthquake, it just exacerbated the problems. Lots of food aid cannot even enter into Syria. The difficulties of getting just the basic necessities into Syria. So this remains a very large problem, a very big problem. We also see in certain places like in Burundi, rural Africa, where there's a drought, or where there's people are challenged. That live off the ground, they subsistence farmers. So there's no rain. Obviously, they are very, very challenged at those periods of time. And then looking at South Africa as well, we've seen the looting. People have not recovered from the looting. There's been floods. Recently also there's been floods in Mpumalanga. Almost 11,000 people have been affected. We've looked at recent floods now also in KZN, where many people and many communities are affected. And then you just look at the general outlook. If you look at the interest rates that have risen, which is going to put pressure on people. So their disposable income actually going to become less. So people are really in a very challenged position. Look at in terms of the unemployment itself remains exceptionally high, and so people are really in a very precarious situation. Just trying to make ends meet, and this, as you mentioned, sadly it's increasing and it's getting worse day by day. And that is why organizations like Ashraful Aid and NGOs actually have to now start filling the gap where, like basic necessities that needed to be provided by our government is not being able to be met. And this is the unfortunate situation. I don't go into too much of a political speech, but this is the realities. As a humanitarian organization, we're seeing the challenges for the ordinary people getting worse day by day.
Well, certainly, Molana, and you've articulated it so well in terms of summarizing in the issue that I had raised. Alhamdulillah, Molana. Just finally, for people wanting to get in touch with you, contribute, just provide us with all the details.
So, Alhamdulillah, the easiest would be to visit our website, which is Ashraful Aid, which is ASHRAFULAID.org. You could also Google it and get our details. And our contact number is 011-809-8181. And inshallah, we will try to facilitate if you want to donate or you want to get involved with Ashraful Aid. Inshallah, we will facilitate for you. So we would like to thank Salam Media and like to thank the community for your wonderful support over the years. Jazakallah khairan.
Jazakallah to you as well, Molana, and our du'as are with you and everyone at Ashraful Aid as well. Allah accept, Allah reward all your habit, all your efforts towards making a difference to humanity. And we know it hasn't been an easy task, and it takes a lot of sacrifice. There've been a lot of challenges along the way. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala make it easy, inshallah. And please do remember us in your du'as as well as we will remember you in our du'as, Mulana.
آمين. جزاك الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Maulana Suhaild Wadee was us, the Amir of Ashraful Aid, highlighting and showcasing the general and specific projects of Ashraful Aid during the month of Ramadan, with focus on zakah, the fitrah collections, and a lot more. The time is just gone 4 minutes past 5. We're going to go for a break, and this has been the start of a new segment called Ramadan, a Clean Slate, with Fatima Asmal, director at Elm SA, and looking forward to the discussion with Sister Fatima immediately after this.